Welcome back to Peer-Guided DBT Lessons, provided by DBT Skills application, Peers Helping Peers. This week's lesson, marked 2-5 in our Distress Tolerance module, will be examining Improve Skills, Improving the Moment. As a reminder, we are simply peers helping peers, working together to build a more harmonious, peaceful, and ultimately happier and fulfilling life. Improve the moment. Improve is the acronym we use to define a set of skills used to improve the moment. We use these skills to help us accept emotional pain we're facing, thereby reducing suffering. Let's go over what each letter in the Improve acronym stands for. I is for imagery, M for meaning, P for prayer, R for relaxation, O for one thing in the moment, V for vacation, and E is for encouragement. Acceptance is the effective alternative to denying or fighting reality, wishing things were otherwise, or fixating on how they should be. Pain in life is inevitable, but suffering and misery are not. These can result from the way we respond to emotional pain. The more we fight against it, the more likely we are to experience negative emotions, such as anger, hopelessness, and despair, and the harder it becomes to identify changes that can help. Like those Chinese finger trap toys, the more forcefully we tug to get our fingers loose, the more tightly ensnared they become. Calming down and taking stock of the situation opens the means to escape. Using Improve in the moment of crisis gives you time to cool down and think more clearly and logically through the situation. It gives us a short break from the distress. The first letter I for imagery allows you to fully tap into and notice all the sensory details of the scene that you are imagining. Allow yourself to imagine how you would feel different physically if you were present in this scene. In other words, relaxed or calm. Rest in the richness of the imagery for as long as it takes for you to notice your emotional experience shifting to one of greater calm and peacefulness. Use your imagination to take a trip to the beach. What do you see? Describe it to yourself in detail. What do you smell? What do you feel? What do you taste? What do you hear? The waves rolling in? The breeze rustling in the trees? Or maybe the gulls calling out their anticipation or frustrations as they spy your picnic basket and seek out a way to make your food theirs. Or perhaps this is more peaceful to you, the simple, quiet beauty of nature. Or maybe you would get more relief by locking everyone else out for a while. Wherever you decide to go, remember, the more detail you imagine, the more you will benefit from your trip. But make sure you have your return ticket, since this is only a short break. The next letter, M, is for meaning. Improve the moment by finding meaning in the moment and/or the situation you are in. This does not mean justifying things that happen to you or that are done to you, nor does it mean excusing the pain of the moment or invalidating it. But it can mean finding a positive spin on the situation. This helps to make you feel better about the problem. Ask yourself, what can this crisis or tolerating this crisis do for me? What will or can I get out of this? We all face storms in life, but remember, they will pass, and they will leave behind fertile conditions for new and healthy growth. Consider the difference between a rough stone and a polished stone. But how does the stone on the left become the one on the right? The only way to smooth out the rough edges is by rubbing it with an abrasive. The bumpiest, roughest areas require a coarser sandpaper. Smoothing out the bumps and scars in ourselves could be compared to the polishing process of a stone. With us, the deeper the pits, chips, and scars, the more sanding may be required to smooth us. When we look at life's challenges and the sanding necessary to grow, we might compare it like this. A nuisance is not very abrasive. A trial is somewhat abrasive. A problem is abrasive. And a crisis is very abrasive. By accepting the pain of surviving a crisis without running from it by behaviors that generally make it worse, we will have smoothed some of our scars. Each area smoothed will polish with less abrasion or pain. Making it worse will, in turn, cause it to take that much more effort to smooth out the scars. When going through hardships and pain, remind yourself, if you don't avoid it, but survive it without making things worse, you've grown one step closer from a life hidden by a layer of pits and scars to being like a polished stone, the best you can be. The next letter is P for prayer. For those of you who have religious faith, this can be a very helpful tool. Praying for guidance during times of distress may help you tolerate it more effectively or help you feel less alone during those times. Take, for instance, the Serenity Prayer. How does that coincide with DBT? God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. This sounds very much like asking for radical acceptance. Courage to change to the things I can. Does this not sound like proceed mindfully, effectively? And wisdom to know the difference. Wise mind defined. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. The Serenity Prayer is very close to the skills we are learning. The next letter is R for relaxation. It's a great help to learn a relaxation technique to help us unwind and bring our tensions and anxiety under control. When we feel anxious or stressed, our breathing rate increases, as does our blood pressure, heart rate, muscle tension, sweating, state of mental arousal, and adrenaline flow. Relaxation helps to decrease all those things. There are various ways in which to achieve relaxation. Most use controlled breathing in some way. Whichever method you choose, regular practice will help. Some examples are progressive muscle relaxation, tense, relaxed muscular relaxation, meditation, guided imagery or visualization, biofeedback, self-regulation of bodily functions, in other words, slowing down your heart rate, massage, aromatherapy, tai chi, yoga, music. New Age music may incorporate natural sounds for relaxation, such as whale song, rain, waves, etc. This can be used either alone or with any of the above methods. The next letter is O for one thing in the moment. When your mind is scattered or your physical movements are erratic and hurried, is it really surprising to you that your emotional state responds with a state of arousal or distress? Use the tool of mindfulness to deliberately focus on just one thing at a time. When utilizing one thing in the moment, stop. When overwhelmed with stressors, thoughts, or emotions, intentionally focusing on a single thing for a set period of time can help calm the storm. This skill is linked with the one mindful aspect within the how skills of mindfulness. The next letter is V for vacation. Researchers interested in stress studies have found that the positive stress-reducing benefits of a vacation last no longer than the vacation itself, but still no longer than 2 weeks. What this means is that even if you took a month-long vacation in some exotic location, the benefits from that vacation would still last approximately 2 weeks. Even if a 2-week-long vacation is unreasonable for you and your schedule, consider how you can reap the stress-reducing benefits of a vacation by taking a respite from your regular routine. Break out of your regular routine for an afternoon and make the time to take a relaxing walk outside, spend time with friends you haven't seen in a while, or take a long bubble bath. For this short mini-vacation to be most effective, allow yourself to truly tune into the present moment and let go of your thoughts and worries about what you believe you should be doing. Be fully present to the pleasant sensations of your mini-vacation and allow yourself the gift of truly enjoying and savoring the moment. This does not mean running away, permanently avoiding, or taking a permanent vacation. All it means is momentarily getting away from the distress. Determine whether you are healthily taking a vacation using distraction or are unhealthily avoiding or running away from the situation. Some examples of a brief vacation might include: get in bed, pull the covers up over your head. Go to the beach or the woods or a park for the day or an afternoon. Get a magazine or some form of easy reading. Enjoy doing something superfluous. Turn off your phone for the day, or a couple of hours, and give yourself a mental break from being constantly connected all the time. Take a blanket to the park and sit on it for a whole afternoon. Take a 1-hour breather from hard work and spend it however you like. Play a game on your phone. Play a low-intensity video game or a life simulator. Our last letter is E for encouragement. We all need encouragement to keep motivation levels high and to maintain focus on our chosen goals. This does not mean that you have to have a cheering squad at your side pushing you along. You can give powerful and motivating encouragement to yourself in this very moment. In order for encouragement to be effective, it must be genuine. It is quite likely that you will know when you are feeding yourself false affirmations and hope. Be honest with yourself and give yourself realistic, yet hopeful encouragement in the present moment. For example, if you are experiencing persistent sadness or intrusive anxiety, give yourself authentic encouragement by reminding yourself that these emotions are temporary, that you have gotten through times like this in the past, and that this too will pass. Keep your focus on the positive consequences that lie ahead when you direct your thoughts and actions in healthy, productive directions. During times of distress, it is likely that judgments and negative intrusive thoughts will accompany you on your way. Reframing the way you talk to yourself can help change the messages your brain takes in about your ability to cope, even on a biological level. Try swapping "I can't do anything right, I hate myself" to some kinder and more gentle words of encouragement such as "It's okay, I've got this, one step at a time." So, we can improve the moment with imagery, meaning, prayer, relaxation, one thing in the moment, vacation, and encouragement. Next week, in our peer-guided DBT lessons, we will be looking at distress tolerance tip skills.